Welcome back. In this video, we are going to see a different technique called hashing. This is one way of storing your data. And in hashing, we are going to see how we can create a hash table. How we can create, before we create a hash table, we have to create a hash function for that. And finally, we are going to see different hashing techniques called static and dynamic hashing. So let us see what is hashing. So before we see hashing, let us see why we need hashing. So if you take internet, the amount of data we store in internet, it says every 6 months the data get doubled. So we have huge collection of data in the internet. So what happened? It's impossible to find no the data. To store the data is difficult. To retrieve the data it is difficult. Normally, if the data is not stored, we have no guarantee that whatever the data we are uploading into the internet which is stored. If it is not stored, so which is going to take an average you know uh, lookup time is going to be big or log n, and if it is a sorted one, this is going to take big of n. It's a normal this you have taken. So this is what normally happens with data which is stored in the internet. So retrieving time is more and accessing time is more, storing time is more. To overcome this, we use different techniques, and one technique is called a hash. So we have a map data structure for this. We have a hash map and we have hash function. So normally map is nothing but a relation between two sets. So each set of pairs having a key and a value. So for a given key, we can find the value using some kind of function. Let me repeat. For the given key, we can find the value using some kind of function. And this function is known as hash function. For example, if I say I want to find or I is the key. I just want to say that I is the key. So that we can find the value by simply looking up a of I. Think that a is an array and I is the key. So in a of I can find the value. That is going to be key and value. Next, as I told, there are different hashing functions like static and dynamic hashing. So in static hashing, the hash table is fixed. We cannot change this. You could see here. So this is what the table you can see. There is a key value, so hash function, and which is going to give the hash value, and now this hash table remain fixed. The way the actual data gets stored. So this is actual data to be stored. We are using a hash function, which is going to give you the hash value, and hash value varies from 0 to n, and this is the actual place where we are going to store it. And if you look at this diagram, as you could see that the hash table is fixed, we cannot change it. So this is if you use this kind of technique, we call this as static hashing. So let us see a small example for this. So think that you want to store few strings like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, H, I. So let us see how we are going to store it. So we are not concerned whether this is stored in ascending or descending order. This is going to follow any kind of ordering techniques. So what we do is we are going to assign for each character some values. Something like A is going to take 1 and B is going to take 2, and obviously C gets 3 and D gets 4, and so on. And for ABC, what we do is we are going to find ABC. ABC I'll be taking as 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is going to be 6. Same way, if I take DEF, 4 is for D, 5 is for E, and 6 is for F. When I take it, I'm going to get it as 15. Same for GHI, I'll be getting it as 24. Now, after getting these values, what I do is think that our table size is fixed 5. If it is 5, I cannot store this no 6, 15, and 24. So I'll take mod 5 for this because my table size is 5. So when I take mod 5 ABC, I got value of 6. Mod 5 will give me 1. So this ABC will be stored at index value 1. Look at this. Same way for DEF I got it as 15. Mod 5 will give me 0. So where will I store this DEF? DEF will be stored at index value 0. Go to next one. Next one is GHI. When I calculated, I got it as 24. So 24 mod 5 will give me 4. So this will be stored at index value 4. Finally, I have stored these values and I'm not worried the way this is getting stored, which can be ascending, descending. I'm not worried. My only intention is to store this. So next, let us see what are the popular hash functions. One is division method. This is something which we have seen in the previous case. So division method is very simple, which is going to take a value of m. So you can take any value for this. For example, if you take we want to store 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 4, 6, 2, and we are going to take m is equal to 97. So what we do is we are going to find a hash function s 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 mod 97 because our m is 97. So which will give you 70. And for the second value 5642, I can take it as 5642. For the same number I'll take mod 97, which will give me 60. So where will I store this? For the index value 16 I'll be storing this, and for index value 70 I'll be storing the second. So we'll have think that this is 70, where I'll be storing this 1, 2, 3, 4. And for index value 16, think that this is 16, and where I'll be storing 5, 6, 4. And remember, these numbers need not to be in order. If you use this kind of technique, or the method we used is known as division method. And second popular method is mid square method. Uh, so we use two different this for this. Just a minute. Yeah, step 1 and step 2. Uh, yeah. So mid-square method works with two steps. So one is you're going to find the square of the given number, square the value. So if the value is k, you're going to find k square. Next, extract the middle r digits for the output you have got from step 1. You're going to find only middle r digit. And think that you have to find no 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 2 for the previous case. Let us see how we are going to do it. So what we do is you are going to find the square of 1, 2, 3, 4. When you do it, you'll be getting this value. And the hash function is for h 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be 27. That means, so think that you have a hash table whose memory location from 0 to 99. So you have to store all the numbers with only 2 digits. So what we do is we are going to take the third and fourth digit from the right. So when I take third and fourth digit from the right, I'll be getting it as 27. Go to next number. The next number is 5642. Find the square for this. So when I find the square, I'll be getting this number. Again, from the right, take only third and fourth digit. So this is the third digit, and this is the fourth digit. When I take it, I'll be getting it as 21. And this 27 and 21, I can store in a memory location because our memory location says, or it says, which is having only 100 locations. When I say 100 locations, so it will be like this. Obviously, the index value start from 0 and the last is going to be 99. For this purpose, we have taken R. R is equal to 2, so that every number can be stored in this number. So this is all about hashing.